How long have you been at the club?
Officially as club photographer, I can't actually answer that. Probably about 5, maybe 6 years now. Unofficially, probably been coming here since about 2011, 2010 as a photographer. And prior to that, my entire life from about 3 years old as a fan. So effectively I've grew up in the stadium, in promotions, in us in the first Premier League, seen us relegated, seen us come back again, Wembley in 2000, the last 20 years of trying desperately to get back before the new ownership come in, and then yeah, last few years obviously as club photographer, yeah.
Living your dream?
Yes, it's so fast paced, sometimes you don't think at the time, you're so on to the next game or the next event or the next thing, you don't sit back and look at it too much. But I think for me personally, growing up in the stadium, in the area, this was somewhere I would come all the time. I was quite lucky to have a season ticket with my dad when I was a young boy all the way through. And yeah, buying matchday programmes and seeing the pictures in the programmes and things. Even now, that's quite nice really. You look back and you think, yeah, you know, I used to collect programmes and things and look at the other photographers and look at what they were doing, and to be able to do that now for the club that you supported is yeah, it's a big deal. So, traditional club, now with a very modern twist on it, coming into the Premier League, seeing all the upgrades in the stadium and everything, and seeing it sort of evolve into this next stage is yeah, something I'm really been happy to see and really proud to be part of. So yeah, what we're trying to do at the minute is just get the laptop into match mode, test the Ethernet connections, make sure they work. Relatively new cameras, just making sure everything is going through how we want it to go, and then realistically just setting this up so that during the match you don't have to think too much. You can just open it up and it's all right ready where you need it to go.
What sort of shots do you look to get on most match days?
To be honest, a variation of shots really. It's very much about telling the day as a bit of a story. So leading up to the match, weather conditions, fans, anything that's maybe in the news going on around the ground, the feel of the ground, things like that. Obviously today we've got the storm, so it's very much about wet and being in autumn and having good conditions to work with. And then it's just going into that sort of phase really of player arrivals, interacting with fans, mascot pictures, before then we go into what we say like the rundown down to the game. So well, it's the same as usual really, so it's just like kind of like going through the brief of what we're going to do for the day. Yeah. So nice and straightforward apart from the weather. Obviously if this is the pitch, we're going to be in our normal positions, me in here and you over here, and then we'll swap again. You'll be in the shop corner and the tunnel the second, doing the commercial stuff, and unless we flip. Yep.
I'll go opposite, yeah.
You go diagonally opposite. I'll come up and do the managers before the match. I'll try and get a goal cam down, weather permitting, wherever it can. Yep, and you operate in this area where the flags are. Okay. Same with the mascots. When the mascots come out, if anyone's over this direction, try and angle in. Okay. And the same thing really during the match. Because of the weather, we might have to just use the cables, just send straight off the cables, but just see how we go on. Yeah.
On forward, yeah. Get it by Wednesday.
There we go, that's now sent, and that should now appear. There we go, into the set. Premier League. Arrivals next. Normally there's a lot more people out here, but I think the weather is probably putting them off. But yeah, team bus will come in, and then as the players come down here, a few snaps of them coming down. Boss, how are you, man? Good? Hey, man. How are you? Good, good.
See you, pal.
Oh,
Good relationship with the players?
Yeah. Lucky, really. Very lucky at this club. Good set of players through League One. Great set of players through the Championship. And the new additions have just slotted straight in. So yeah, it's don't know quite how they do it, but
They
all
all
the
still
characters
want
come
their
in.
photos really quickly though.
Yeah, we've got. There's certain ones we could probably do a league table of certain ones. There's ones you never hear from who aren't too bothered, and then there's the other guys who are quite keen on pictures. So yeah, we won't name them, but there's quite a few of them love a good snap. So yeah, it's good conditions for a knee slide today. Be all right.
Foreshadowing.
Huh? The groundsman won't be happy, but we will. Okay, so just a few scene setting pictures really of warm-ups. He's got to go. All right, no worries. Okay, so now we just wait for him to come running up. Pretty basic kind of pictures really of them just going through the warm-up phases. Yeah, mum in the crowd, look, pick her out. So yeah, mum took over my season ticket when I went through the change from being in the stands onto the sidelines really. So probably about 2010, 2011 mum took over the season ticket and been there ever since. So yeah. Just gonna wait for these nets to come down, and then once the nets come down they go through there, we'll put this remote camera down. So you should get anything through the net. So that one will be triggered by these. They sit on the top of these. So we sit in the corners and trigger them off. So, and then I'll make my way down to the technical area, and we'll do pictures up in like the director's box, VIPs, and then anything around the dugouts before we go out and do the stuff on the pitch, and then into match mode. All good, I think, yeah. The little away mascot didn't know where to go, so to just help him come off, but all good. Try and get everything set up now. So we don't want no early goals to catch us out.
How did you deal with the first few minutes? Is it pretty hectic?
The most hectic bit is getting set up back from being out on the pitch and coming back, and then just converting back then into like match mode. If there's an early goal, that's always our worst nightmare because it can quite often catch you out when you're still coming back to your seat. And so like first 5 minutes and then it starts to settle down.
Just get the manager's shot at the beginning.
Yep. You can see then that sends in. There you go. Then that's gone. It's gone up to like the guys now, so they can use that on the social media and stuff.
Good towel.
Nice, isn't it?
How long you had that?
Probably since I was about 10, I reckon. So
It's got its money's worth.
that's seen everywhere, that one. It's always popular when it comes out at Carrow Road, funnily enough, that one. Yeah. There you go, there's a chance that we just had just on the back there, so we can push that in. So hopefully the lad sitting in the dry will be able to put that on the social media now. boy. We like that. We like that. So I now go through them and then we'll send them. So they'll start to go in now. Yeah, so there's a whole sequence now we can send in. We can find the knee slide. This is the one we want. So yeah, nice sequence of pictures there. Normally we'd see it with a laptop and tidy him up a bit, but because of the conditions we'll send them straight in.
They know where you are, don't they? They go for the camera.
They did that time, didn't they? Yeah. Looks easy, this job, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We talked that up. We said it'd be a good day for a knee slide, didn't we?
Yeah.
Huh? Just having a check to make sure everyone can see what's coming through. There you go, stuff's gone in okay, so yeah. That's what we want.
Happy?
Ish. Yeah, rushing from one end to the other. There's always so much to pack up and take again that you just lose 15 minutes. Try and get in front of the laptop, send a few pictures as well, but yeah. Because it's getting dark and you've got the floodlights on, you get like a bit of a mismatch of colours.
With these sort of games, when it goes from light to dark, do you have to play around quite a bit?
Yeah, and then new floodlights in this season as well, so they're a lot more of a blue, like a cool blue than they were before. They were a warmer light before. It's like you have to learn it all again. Right, I'm going to try and edit something if I can. So I retrieved the goal cam at half time. Not quite as sharp as I'd like them because I had water on the end of the lens, but we managed to get through that.
Got some nice shots of the ball going in though.
So yeah, it's quite nice to see it.
Do you find it hard to balance both editing and photos?
Yeah, it's not easy. It's certainly not going to lie. There's been times when you get caught out and you look up and you think, oh God, there's a goal just about to go in, or just it's difficult to do it. And then obviously now, like when there's a gap in play, we've got like commercial partners and things like that on the board. So that's part of our like duties now to take pictures of those as well. So there's always something going on. So we're constantly looking for little gaps in the game where we can, if somebody goes down with an injury or somewhere, we can catch up with our workflow kind of thing. Yep.
How many do you say you put out during a game?
You're normally, to do a good selection, normally between 50, 70, somewhere there during a game. So then we'll go back through them and review them later on and trim them down and clean them up, edit them and stuff.
What's been your best moment as a photographer?
Yeah, it's difficult. I think when you first get into it and you start doing big games, Champions League games and things like that kind of goes into your head. But then sometimes they might be much lower key things. Like one that's kind of random one that stood out for me last season was, again, the weather was really bad at Birmingham. And Marcus Harner scored a goal quite late in the game, and that was absolutely bucketing it down with rain and knee slide, and you're trying to like get it, the best that you can. It's difficult to say. It's probably the obvious ones. They're like the promotion and the parade and all of the actually has got across the line now and has happened. But yeah. This is probably the hardest bit now. Yeah, it's not really what you want to be doing. Busiest time really, doing all the edits and catching up with everything. As disappointing as the result is, still a job to do, still lots of pictures to edit. Once the dust settles on it, people will still need the pictures, the media, you guys will need them, players will want them. Sometimes you have to, as hard as it is, being a fan myself, you have to take that emotion out of it sometimes and just do the task in front of you. So
I mean, you're telling the story of the season almost. If it is a positive end, then
yeah,
you mean you've got a bump in the road that you can tell the story well with photos.
I think the process primarily the same for me. I'll spend most of this evening, probably all this evening, doing everything up, cleaning all the pictures and everything up. That will run into tomorrow with the commercial side of things. But yeah, it's times like this when we all have to kind of like stick together as a media team, as a club, as fans. We all just stick together and go for the next one, and hopefully we can get a positive result at Wolves next week. So yeah.